Hello, welcome. Oh, hold on. Give it a second. Hello, welcome. How's it going? Hello. So, I guess you can probably tell from the title what's going to be going on today. If you can't, well, I probably can't help you. But hello, how's it going? I clearly I was not here for Friday stream, but I'm here now. So, hello, how's it going? All right. All right. Now I'm ready to talk about it. So, hello. How is it going? So, uh I did not have a Friday stream because well, I was at WeebCon. So, what is that? Go away. Okay. Not me just setting stuff up in the background still. Um yeah, so WeebCon. Very cool. I thought about this far too late. I thought about during stream starting. I was like, hey, you know what I should have done? I should have made like a PowerPoint presentation with like the slides and like some pictures of the event and done all that. But then instead of that, I didn't do that. So I just get to talk, get to ramble a bit. What kind of rifle is that? Looks like a Russian one that has been cut. This is a Carcano carbine. So Italian, World War One and before kind of era. Is it Italian? It is Italian. This is 6.5 by 52 Carcano. This is a variation of the gun that was used in the a famous Texas event that involved JFK. But this is the carbine version of that, the short version. You thought so? As the one they used in the assassination thing? Yep, that's the one. That is the very one. He's gonna say it. We're too afraid to? Nah. Yes, that is what it is. And I think it's pretty neat. I still have not actually shot this gun yet. I need to do that at some point, but in order to do that, I need ammo. Which gross. Who wants to buy that right now? The original had a scope, yeah. So the original Carcano rifle, first of all, it was much longer. And the standard one did not have a scope, but there was a scoped variant. The scoped variant is probably, not probably, it definitely is the nicest one. Also, by far the most expensive one. And this one is by far the cheapest one, which is why I have it. So there's that. Yes, so. Oh, what has happened to me? There we go. There we go. Let's get this out here. Cause, you know, this is my token, my badge for the WeebCon. My single day badge, because unfortunately I have a full-time job and I had to work. Could only make it to one day. Is it a bayonet on it? It is a bayonet. The bayonet on this. It's actually pretty neat. So for a bayonet, it does have a button on it, so it is button actuated. It's going to be very hard to do at this angle with a single hand. We got it. So you got button, rotate it around, and push it back in, and it'll lock in place there. And you have a very strangely angled bayonet. Oof, almost knocked over my water. Actually, hold on, let me move that real quick. Move that over here. All right, let's not spill everything everywhere. So yes, got bayonet. The bayonet is at like a strange downward angle, but it folds up nicely. It's a little harder to fold than it is to unfold. So sorry, I'm doing that off camera. It is also too long to have on camera with the bayonet open. Nice nail polish. You do that too? All about that life? Oh yeah, I love it. I haven't done it for a while. I do like doing it. Having painted nails is, I like it a lot. It's a little strange, particularly in my profession. Working in a gun shop, I get a lot of strange looks, both from the FUDs working at gun shop and also FUD customers. But I like it. It makes me feel cool and edgy. So, yeah, I need to get back into painting my nails more often. Like, I only ever do like black, maybe like very dark gray. Because, you know, anything other than that is, it's not really edgy anymore, right? Yeah, so I did paint my nails for the convention. So, you know, gotta kind of fit in a little bit. Although, oh my goodness, this convention, I don't know what it is about my demeanor at this convention. I had so many people ask me just all throughout the day, just if I was staff at the convention or if I worked there. Like some people just, they didn't even ask, they just assumed I was, walked up to me and asked like where things were, what time things were happening. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't work here. So that was interesting. I'm not sure what it is about me that elicits that response, but I had kind of embraced it by the end of the day and just started pointing people in directions that were probably wrong, but you know, it's more entertaining for me in my head. Boomers need to get with the times. Painted nails ain't just for girls anymore. Yeah, so actually, I had to work on Saturday, so I could only do Friday convention. But obviously, my nails were still painted at work on Saturday, and there was this one old guy who I helped, who, like, he asked like, "Man, you got painted nails?" And I'm like, "Oh no, we got one of these old guys who's about to just go on a tirade about this." But instead, he's like, "Yeah, my wife and daughter made me paint my nails for last Halloween," and he just started talking about his Halloween, and I don't know, it was cute. Just this old man who like got coerced into having his nails painted by his wife and his daughter. It was cute. It was cute. I enjoyed it. And he bought some expensive guns, so you know, that's pretty neat as well. Yeah, so the Weeb Con, the anime convention. There was a lot there. I did not get to do everything because there's only one day. I did get to do a lot. My first convention So I'm gonna start with summary. My first convention, it was incredible. So much fun, and I will be doing it again. However, however, first convention. If you haven't gone to an anime convention, well, it is possible to do your first convention by yourself. And I did a majority, or I guess a lot of the first part of the day. I did have a friend join me. Um, uh, near the end-ish. If your first convention, I recommend not going alone. Don't go to your first anime convention alone. Probably ideally, bring a weeb with you, someone who's a bit into the anime, maybe the degeneracy a little bit, someone who's been to previous conventions, but also like maybe just as good, bring someone else who has no idea what's going on. Take someone who is so out of place. It's great. Very entertaining. Hopefully for both people. The friend who joined me second half, yeah, they're very out of place. I thought it was very entertaining. I guess if they're fine with me saying who they are, then it's probably fine. I should probably ask them that before I just say who knows who and whatnot. But yeah, so that was very cool. Favorite part of WeebCons are the lines. Oh my goodness. The lines at this place. I spent almost all day in lines. I met some very interesting people in some of those lines. But oh my goodness, the lines. Wear sunglasses to hide your eyes, keeps emotions hidden. I'm pretty good at that in general. If I was not a VTuber, you would think I was undead, because I sometimes struggle to emote a little bit. So that's it might be why a lot of people kept asking me if I worked there. You use sunglasses in pawn shop. They can't tell if you're excited or not. The eyes can tell you a lot. If you want to raise the price or lower it. Well, hold on here. You mean I have to make eye contact? No thanks. Eye contact, hard pass. Eye contact is not a strong suit for me. Something I need to work on. Also something that many other people at this convention were not good at. So it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, so I arrived at the convention. First of all, so the convention I went to WeebCon was at Gaylord Texan. When I arrived pretty early. Eye contact asserts dominance at WeebCon. This is true. However, if instead of making eye contact, you just kind of look past them, like look through them, look like over their shoulder, people get wildly uncomfortable. Which unfortunately is like the default stance for me to take when talking with somebody. Not recommended. Something I'm working on. One of our weaknesses is the eyes. When he's trying to be detective, they always ask questions when you're looking at them in the eye. Be a detective? Man, look at this guy. Guy's out here doing detective things, solving crimes, solving murders. Or whatever. What else do detectives do? Investigate parking tickets? Dr. Plague, hello, welcome. Thank you for the raid. How is it going? What were you playing? Let me get you a shout out here. There you go. I need to update my shadow thing to say what people were playing last.
So this is how I died.
Well, that did seem to be how you died. Act 2 of Ultra Kill. Very nice. I've not played that, but I've heard very good things about it. That's why you didn't become a detective? Because you have to be a regular cop for a long time? Hard pass. Hard pass on that. Not because I'm anti-cop, but because their job seems absolutely just awful right now. So, hard pass on that one for me. Yeah, so eventually I will get to stories from the convention. So first of all, I arrived at the convention. Gaylord Texan. I arrived, I drove up, and the first thing is there were a bunch of people waving cars by to a separate lot for WeebCon. And there was this old guy waving cars through. Some guy who worked at the resort. Rolled down my window to talk to him, ask him where we were supposed to go. And this old guy was like, "You here for WebCon?" And it's this old guy just doing his job. He doesn't know what's going on. So I'm not gonna correct and be like, it's WeebCon, not WebCon. But I thought it was funny. I found much humor in it. And then he told me to go to a parking lot that was so far away. And he's like, "Yeah, go down that way. You're gonna see a parking lot on the right." And so I went that way, and I was looking for a parking lot on the right. And so I kept going and looking for a parking lot on the right. And then I kept going, and there kept not being a parking lot. And then like right when I was like, "Hey man, I've gone too far. I've somehow missed this parking lot." There it was. There was the parking lot on the right. And there were signs that said that's where we were supposed to park. And oh my goodness, my parking spot was literally a mile away. It was a mile away from the convention. And so I paid for my parking. I had to pay for parking way out there in the boonies of this convention center. And what I did not know at the time was that they had buses going back and forth between the convention center and this parking lot that was so far away. And so I, being the genius that I am, walked a mile to the convention center instead of waiting at the convention bus stop that was at the front of the parking lot. So yeah, good way to start a convention. Walking a mile before you even get there. It's fine. You know, walking's good for you. Good for your health. I don't know. I'm not like I'm a little out of shape, but I'm not horribly out of shape. So walking doesn't bother me. And I was very early anyways, so it all turned out fine in the end. Long story short, stuck to odd jobs, doing bartending. Nice. Bartending can get you a lot of money, especially the tips. You kept the stuff you learn. Did learn a lot of tricks to tell someone's guilty or innocent. That would probably be some very interesting skills to have as a bartender. I feel like you could have some stories about that. And beat cops are the infantry of law enforcement. Everybody wants to be it. Nobody wants to do it. Maybe. I feel like they get the cool stories. But also then they have to go through the stories to get the cool stories. They have a lot of security at those places. Like the convention center. Now security, that's a good job you did for a couple of Chicago clubs. That Chicago, oof, that was probably You probably have a lot of interesting stories. A bartender and a Chicago club security? Wild. It's infantry, bro. Coolest experience. Also sucks. That sounds about right. Yeah, from what I've heard. It's all right. So the convention. We've now walked a mile to the convention. So the next part is I go inside, and the first thing I do is wander around lost for a little bit, because I wasn't entirely sure where registration was. Because since I walked, I went in the back door and not the front door, which is right by registration. So I wandered around a little bit, and I did eventually find the registration line. The registration line was a just enormously long line, zigzagged through a dystopian-looking concrete room with very little ventilation, which not recommended for an anime convention and the demographic that attends that. Not throwing shade at any particularly people, but there was somebody there handing out free deodorant, and there were some people who needed it. So there's that. So yeah, that was the first line I got to stand in. I got there and got thrown into a line. I unfortunately I did not yet build up the confidence to talk to the people next to me in that line, which is too bad. I wish I had. I wish I'd talked to the people in that line because they seemed pretty interesting. There was in front of me in that line, there was a couple who definitely the girl had dragged along her boyfriend, who was not entirely enthusiastic about being there, but she was having the time of her life, and he seemed to be enjoying that she was enjoying herself. So oh my goodness, she never stopped talking, not a single time. I don't remember what they were talking about because there was so much. But yes, I listened to them for the entirety of that first line, and also people watched. A lot of people. It's an anime convention. A lot of people in cosplays, good and bad cosplays, but very cool. If you're a people watcher, an anime convention is peak entertainment. There are so many interesting people to watch at an anime convention. Used to do bartending tricks, flipping bottles, making drinks in style. Oh man, this guy's doing fancy stuff, getting those big tips. Owners put a stop to it though. What? Did you like throw something at a customer accidentally or something, or like did they just not like fun? Is that what it was? Those tricks get you a good tip? Yeah, I would think so. I'm not a big bar attender, but if someone was doing flips and tricks and stuff making my drink, I'd give them a little extra. Yeah, so the convention, I did eventually get through the registration line. It was very long. First line experience of the day. It was a recurring event. It was very good. Very, very interesting to people watch during those. So after I got through registration, I realized that I had gotten to the convention too early. And even after I had walked a mile, waited in the registration line for probably 45 minutes to an hour, I still had another probably 45 minutes to an hour to wait until the first convention event started. So that was not wonderful planning on my part, or the conventions, maybe both. So for the the intermittent time before the thing started, I walked around, stood around. People watched quite a bit. This is when people started asking me if I worked there. It's probably because I was by myself, just like stood on the edge, just like watching people, and not in cosplay. So they're like, "Ah, this guy, he's standing there, um, it's just on the edge by himself. That guy probably works here. Let's ask him all of our questions." And I did not have any answers for them. I told so many people that day that I did not work at the center. But I do think that the convention staff was pretty understaffed. So I didn't actually see many of the workers around just in general. But that's fine. Like, I'm not going to blame the employees for the for the place being understaffed. But so after that, just kind of standing around for a while. The first event, is it an event? Is a meet and greet. The first thing I did was a meet and greet. They had some VTuber meet and greets. The original line that I got in was the meet and greet for Cinder. In that line, I did meet some very interesting people. Very, very interesting people. There were two people in that line who traveled a very long way to meet virtual women from the internet. There were two people who were with me in line who had traveled from the Netherlands all the way to Texas to go to this convention. Which, first of all, like, I knew conventions were a popular thing, like a big deal. I didn't know people traveled that far to go to conventions. Like, bro, you had to cross the ocean to go to a convention? Insane. Insane. Regular coins or collector's coins? Oh, these ones up here? So up there, I've got, I guess there are a lot of regular coins, but they're from a lot of different countries. You bet you want to stay in Texas? It's very cold over there. They were complaining about the heat. They complained about the weather. They complained that it was so hot. It was like 68. It was a beautiful day, but they were complaining about it being hot. Cold in Texas? Nah. Cold in the Netherlands? Yes. Yeah, so those guys, very interesting. Those guys definitely were a part of the more degenerate side of convention attendees. These guys brought not safe for work Dakimakura covers, the body pillow covers. You know, the the body pillow covers with characters on them that are entirely nude, very, very lewd. And these guys brought those, and they were asking the VTubers, the creators, to sign them. Excuse me. Hello? First of all, the fact that like I don't have any of those. Like I'm into anime. I'm kind of a little on the edge of the degenerate side, but the lack of shame you have to have, first of all, just to own one of the, not just a regular anime Dakimakura, but one of the like the lewd nude ones. Insane levels. Insane levels of lack of shame. And beyond that, to bring those halfway around the world, to present them to somebody, to get them signed, that is levels of confidence that I cannot dream of happening. I cannot dream of doing that ever. That is absolutely just insane. But, you know, props to them for having that kind of confidence at all. Incredible. You personally think Texas is a little chilly? Where do you live in Death Valley? Maybe the middle of the Sahara? Texas is not chilly. Like the temperature drops in the winter. The hotter the better. You hate winter? Reasonable. Where am I from? If Texas is cold? Yeah. Maybe like once every like 2 or 3 years we'll get a flurry of snow in Texas. Guns and Knives, hello. How have I been? Been good. We're talking about my convention experience today. First anime convention. Meaty, hello. What con did I go to? I went to WeebCon this Friday. It was a 3-day convention. I could only do Friday because I unfortunately have a full-time job and commitments. So that I could not take off 3 days. Partly because I didn't realize that I would actually want to do multiple days. And partly because it's just hard for me to take off those days. Have I got any World War I break action single shot? Have I got any idea? World War I break action single shot is worth? Box has cardboard shells in it? I have no idea. I have no idea how much something like that is worth. How was my first experience? It was so good. I loved it so much. I wish I had been able to go more than just Friday, because it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday convention, but I could only go Friday. But the Friday was amazing. Yeah, it was very good. WeebCon. Been to 5 of them. Oh yeah, all five of the 4 WeebCons. It's incredible. Yeah. I definitely am going to try to go next year as well. So that, yeah, it was very fun. A very positive experience. Very much outside my comfort zone. A very strange experience, but a very positive experience. Did they have voice actors and such signing autographs? They did. They had a lot of voice actors. They had quite a bit of the One Piece live action cast. They had a bunch of VTubers, a couple flesh tubers. But yes, it was very good. And I did get some autographs. I got some things signed. You want to go next year also? Let's go. Let's go. There's an anime con coming up soon. Yeah, they handed out. I still have it. Yeah, so they handed out while I was there. They handed out this little pamphlet for whatever other this convention is. Focus. Focus. This convention. QR code there if you want to scan it. I don't know what this convention is. I haven't actually read this. It's just been, I brought it home and it's been sitting there. Indigo Plateau Con. Does it have a location on it? Probably same kind of area, I would think. Yeah, this one's in June. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they have there. Oh wait, huh. It says on the card. They've got Pokemon, anime, trading card games, cosplay, tattoos, car shows, and more. Doesn't say VTubers. I'm not interested. Not going. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Depends. Is anime con coming up soon around there? Around you? Very nice. I feel like there's always anime conventions coming up somewhere. I feel like they happen quite a bit. Like obviously there's the big ones that I can't think of any of the names right now. But I feel like there's a lot of smaller ones too. Me and Gotcha where they're signing autographs? No. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I'll be at a convention to sign autographs. But probably not. If you know for some reason I just took off, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be very strange for me. I'll be honest, but it'd be cool. There was you got the X Counts autographs. Best day of your life. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Yeah. So what I didn't realize before this convention is how much of like basically like how do I phrase it? Like a celebrity kind of culture around like the bigger VTubers and content creators and stuff. And some of the bigger voice actors as well. Like I don't know why that surprised me. Maybe it's because like sitting in their streams it feels so much more like relatable and personal than like a traditional celebrity. But like, oh my goodness, people were going insane. Me and Gotcha should hire you to be his bodyguard. And I think compared to any other creators, um, firearms censored creators have probably less of a innate need for a bodyguard. Uh, but sure, yeah. When it happens, I'll send you a DM. You know, I'll get you in there. I'll get you in there. You can join our staff. Get into all the different areas of the convention early and stuff. All right, boys. Got to get us to WeebCon to sign autographs. Bodyguard qualifications. Qualifications. Uh, I'll start accepting applications here. I'll open up applications for bodyguard positions. I expect references, previous job experience. Uh, yeah. So I guess I can, man, man, I got the streamer brain going. So like 15 minutes ago when I was when I was talking about the first thing I did at the convention. You play a lot of COD. That's probably good enough. Yeah, yeah. You keep all those Call of Duty cosplayers and military LARPers under control with that COD experience. For sure, definitely. Yeah, so the first thing I did at the convention was a meet and greet. There were who was doing meet and greets that day? There was Cinder, Rikami, Mofongo, Sens, Tricky, some other people. There were a lot of people actually. Um, I did Cinder meet and greet. The line for Cinder, insanely long. That's the line where I met the people from the Netherlands. I did get Cinder's signature right there on my pass because I didn't have anything else to sign. So I got the signature right there. While I was in the Cinder meet and greet line, they opened up meet and greets for Sens, another cool VTuber, male VTuber. So when they had opened up the Sens line, I was like probably 2/3 of the way through the Cinder line, and so I didn't want to like get out of the spot to go do the Sens, to go meet Sens. But there was nobody. There was nobody in Sen's line when they opened it. I felt a little bad for him. Like they didn't like announce that his meet and greet started. They just like opened a door and put out like literally like it was like a cardstock sign that somebody had like taken Sharpie and written Sens on. Like it was the most scuffed thing ever. um, but I saw it happen. And luckily the two guys from the Netherlands, they said they would save me my spot in line. So I went and I met Sens. I also got his signature on here, down there. So that was very cool. It was a little awkward. I I was the first person in his line because they barely announced that he was there at all. I kind of felt bad. The meet and greet portion of the convention seemed pretty scuffed from the venue side. The signage was really bad. The announcements were just horrendous. It was, yeah, it was not great for either the attendees or the creators, but it went by. It happened at least. So I was the first person in the Sens line. I asked him to sign, and neither of us had a Sharpie to sign with. So, that was awkward. I got real awkward real fast. It was scuffed. But you know that's what happens. When you introduce VTubers into any mix, you get a little bit of scuff. So it was on brand for VTubers. But he was super cool. I forgot to get a picture with him. I I looked for him more earlier, but his meet and greet ended before I got to the front of the Cinder line, so I didn't get to hop back over there and grab a picture with him. But I got a signature. I got to talk to him. Seemed like a cool guy. In past life, you served in the Queen's Army in India. Wow, that's some pretty high references there. You do have full kit. You could cosplay as, but you never did any cosplay related ever. I kind of want to get some people together who have little to no experience with the anime world, but a lot of experience with the tactical stuff, and to build like a tactical squad to go to an anime convention. I think that'd be so fun. That would be just entertainment for me. Just peak entertainment. Watching these like the tactical guys, like the people who actually know tactics and like know like their kit, not just like the cosplayers and LARPers, to go to an anime convention in full kit. Oh, that would be so entertaining for me. Cinder's probably your favorite VTuber, but you're glad gave Sen some love. Cinder's pretty cool. You know, Cinder also, there was a concert at the very end. I'll get to that, you know, at the end of the story, if I ever can get there, through this just absolutely just ADHD train wreck of a story. Yeah, Cinder sang at the end, did a little concert. You don't know too many VTubers? Really just gun-centric ones? Reasonable. Based even. There's a lot of cool gun VTubers. Also a lot of cool VTubers who like guns. Like it's not their main content, but they're all about it. Like Leaflet, Sleepy, Pippa. Pippa likes guns. You know most of them? That'd be awesome to clear rooms as you enter an anime convention. Yeah, you would have to, if you're gonna do that, you'd have to, because weapons props, I don't know, it's a little strange rulings with that at different conventions from what I've read. At WeebCon, they didn't have anything against, because it is Texas after all. At a resort called the Gaylord Texan, they didn't have anything prohibiting like concealed carry or anything like that. Their prop weapon policy for guns did say that, first of all, it said you couldn't use real guns. But it said that they had to like clearly be props, which I don't know. I think I could do up a real gun to look like a prop. I think I could do that. But the con you want to go to says no props that look like firearms, no matter if real or fake, airsoft or orange tip. You wonder if it's enforced because you never heard of that rule before. So at the convention, I did see some people with just some pretty heinous looking like foam and cardboard weapons. There were also a couple people with just like super like obviously plastic, like cheap Walmart like BB guns or something. But I don't know. I want to find a convention that will let me take a real firearm. Like obviously a convention is not going to let you like walk through the convention with a loaded gun. And like there's reasonable reasons for that. Like there's a lot of people who are touchy grabby. A lot of people who don't know personal boundaries very well. And the absolute last thing you want is some touchy grabby basement dweller accidentally grabbing your super cool prop gun that is a real firearm. So, but I think it'd be super cool to find a convention that'll let you take a deactivated real firearm. So like obviously unloaded, like with the firing pin removed or something. Like clearly non-functional if you know anything about guns. But I feel like that'd be super hard to coordinate as the venue for a convention. Like you would need a weapons expert to actually inspect everything that came in. It would be a logistical nightmare for the convention. But but it'd be super cool. Full battle rattle and Nerf guns. That'd be pretty cool. Personal boundaries are not known there. They're not. It is, shall we say, an area that's a lot of people have room for growth at these conventions. You could try, and if they say no, you suppose. Yeah. What I want to try. I want to do a cosplay for a convention of, oh no, Karen, uh, of Karen from Gun Gale Online with her pink P90. And I think if you did up a real PS90 with like the pink Cerakote and everything, like nobody would look at that and be like, yeah, that's a real gun. I think you could get that in there. I think you could do it. Now if you did get that in there and it's against the rules and somebody found out later, you're getting kicked out probably. Uh, and kicked out, and not just a way it's like, yeah, go put that in your car and we'll let you back in. Kicked out and it's like, "Yeah, we're not letting you back in here again." But I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. You could spray paint something two-tone. Bright colors equals fake. Obviously, clearly. Yeah, so I did some meet and greets. Met Cinder, met Sens, both super cool in person. Unfortunately for Cinder, Cinder is wildly popular. So the staff was kind of just scooting people through there as quick as possible. So basically, I get to say hi. You're pretty cool. Uh, Signature, and I'm gone. So it was a little rushed, but the like 15 seconds I got to talk to her, she seemed pretty cool. Um, she did have real life jiggle physics equipped, which she did use during the concert. um, so is that. After that, I wandered around a bit. There was a panel with Chibidoki and Nags. Um, Nags was one of the flesh tubers there. Uh, that panel, I don't remember what time it was scheduled to start, but it started like an hour late because the staff was having some kind of problem getting their stage set up with like the sound and stuff. It was super scuffed. I felt so bad for the staff because they were struggling so much. Everyone was asking me if I was staff anyways. I should have just walked up, like done a charisma check, see if I could help them out. Like, but yeah, that was a super funny panel. Chibidoki and Nags have just uh, incredible just a chemistry. They bounce off each other so well. They're great. Do VTubers attend cons as their avatar, just like on monitor or what? Jiggle physics, yes, jiggle physics. Uh, so, the VTubers who were there, we're gonna put them into three categories. So, first category, um, are VTubers. They show up in just basically plain clothes. They just attend as people. Like if they've got a meet and greet, they'll just go to that, show up in whatever they happen to be wearing. Like they're just there as normal people, mostly to attend the convention, hang out with people, but then kind of do the other stuff around. Um, Second, there's VTubers who show up in a cosplay of themselves, which is super cool. I like the idea of that. Cinder did that. There were some other people who did that too. Cinder was the one I met. So Cinder was dressed up as her Hellhound avatar, which was super cool. Super cool. Probably very expensive. And then third, there are VTubers who don't actually attend it in person. They'll attend it basically sitting at home on their computers, and they'll be on a big screen out in front with a camera pointing at whoever they're meet and greeting. And then if you're meet and greeting with them, then you're basically just talking to a screen. You're talking to anime in real life, which is it probably super cool. I didn't I didn't do that. All of those were on Saturday and Sunday, unfortunately. So sad day. I didn't get to do any of those. They were. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I met Cinder and Sens. I talked about that. In the waiting time, waiting for the panel to start with Chibidoki and Nags, I ran into Ellie. She's super cool. She's super nice. Um, super good at interacting with horribly awkward people like me. But yeah, Ellie's great. So those are. Did I meet anyone else? If I did, I didn't realize. Those are the three main people I met and actually interacted with. The modern one seems lame, but you get it. You wouldn't want to talk to some of your fans in person. There were some very strange people there. People with a lot of confidence that I don't have. Some confidence that is somewhat misplaced, but still commendable. As long as you don't invade personal boundaries, you're an acceptable fan. Yeah, that is probably one of the problems you run into a little bit. So there's the Chibidoki Nags panel. I mustered up the confidence to actually ask a question to the panel. I asked Nags when he was going to do his VTuber debut because he is a flesh tuber who hangs out with VTubers a lot. Seemed like a good question. And he said he wasn't planning on it. But he said that if he did, he would tell me personally that he was debuting as a VTuber. So we didn't like exchange contact information or anything. He doesn't know who I am, but he promised that he would let me know personally when he was going to do a VTuber debut. If he was. Fleshtuber? Is that a Cronenberg film? No, that's just Fleshtuber is VTuber slang for non-VTubers, people who stream with an actual camera pointing at their actual face that you can see, like standard people. If you can see their actual human flesh face. Fleshtuber is the sequel to The Fly. The Fly? I don't know The Fly. Help, there's references I don't understand. Yeah, Fleshtuber probably sounds pretty strange. It does sound pretty strange. I've never actually thought about it before. Like, it's just a term that I've heard and used. Fleshtuber is a pretty strange word. I'm kind of a hybrid VTuber Fleshtuber. Because look, there's skin and flesh, and right there is VTuber. So, hello. Fly is classic body horror film. Isn't like the classic popular body horror film Human Centipede? I've seen that one. That one was... It wasn't really scary. It was just like mildly disturbing. Like, what... Why would somebody feel like they needed to make that movie? Is there a secret VTuber handbook in y'all's secret society? There is. I've not actually gotten a hard copy of it for myself, but there are a few different handbooks floating around out there. It depends on which kind of VTuber circle you're in. So if you're in like one of the VTuber like more kind of idol leaning groups like Hololive or something like that. Then they have their VTuber like idol handbook, like their rules of engagement. Um, and then there's some different ones of those, and then the super rare one is the popular independent VTuber one, which is the one I really want. Not a classic, but yes, disturbing body horror film. Is it like the Pirates Code from Pirates of the Caribbean? It's exactly like that, actually. That's probably the best comparison that I can think of for it, actually. That's, the codes of behavior just kind of get passed down between VTubers. The VTuber secret society controls all the world's leaders. After seeing how some people behave at this convention, probably. Because even the most popular VTubers at this convention are dwarfed by some of the VTuber giants from like Hololive. It's it's incredible. Like what people are doing at this convention, I can only imagine like a Hololive convention. Oh my goodness, people gonna freaking lose their minds. You just heard the knock at the door and radio chatter outside. Hide, hide. Turn off all the power. The VTubers can't get to you if you don't have any electricity. The VTubers are in your computer. They're in your walls. It's nice knowing you. Oh, 07's in the chat. Chap says he's going down. He figured out the conspiracy. He's letting the world know about it. To arms. Is this a call to arms? We're fighting back against the VTuber overlords controlling society. Oh, Gecko, I forgot to say good morning. Good morning, Gecko. Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, so after the Negs TBDoki panel, there was in this convention, there was a huge, just a huge room, a massive hall, with all the merch and stuff set up. And they had like all kinds of merch, a bunch of voice actors and stuff who were doing signings and whatnot. Oh my goodness, the merch tables. It's just a hive of degeneracy. Incredible. They also had some cars that were like all decaled out, painted, for different anime VTubers. See, who'd they have? They had Sword Art Online, Alice. They had Gura. They had Henya. They had Rin Tosaka. I think there was Saber, Fate Saber. Who else was there? I'm missing a couple. Super weebed out cars. Very cool. If you go at war, I'm on the VTuber side. That's what they think. In a war, there's always the man-to-man battles. There's also, behind every war, there's the battle of information. And to win the battle of information, you need informants. And I'm willing to go undercover into the VTuber underworld that's controlling society. I'm willing to go undercover just to risk my life and my well-being to feed you that information. I'll tell you their weak points. War is slowly becoming drones against drones. Exactly. How else do you think VTubers would fight? Like, do you think VTubers are gonna come out of their basements and attics? No. This is a war of technology we're gonna be fighting. So, you get ready. It's coming. The great VTuber war. Too risky. Maybe a double agent. So you're telling me you're willing to compromise your most valuable asset, your man on the inside, who's feeding you valuable information. You're gonna compromise that, compromise yourself in the process. That's just poor planning in the long run. Yeah, so at the convention, in the merch hall, I did get some merch. I kind of I budgeted myself pretty well because it would be very easy to spend way too much money. Because they had a lot of cool stuff along with the degenerate stuff. They had swords. The swords look pretty cool. I didn't buy one of those. I didn't even look at the prices because they'd scare me. Don't worry, you have contingencies in place in case of a turncoat situation. Contingencies. Did I buy an awesome sword? I did not buy an awesome sword, unfortunately. They had them. Um, and maybe there was one that I could have fit into my budget, but I did not get one. I didn't even look at the prices because I might be too tempted to buy one. I I just admired them from a distance. I did, however, get some prints. Um, Prints are my favorite kind of merch because, like figures, standees, plushies, super cool. Um, I like the idea of them, but those kinds of things, I already kind of struggle with clutter and organization. So having more stuff that's just gonna like sit around on a flat surface, it's not really what I need. So a print is fantastic because you can frame it, throw it on a wall, and it still looks fantastic. So I got some prints. So I guess now is when I would show those. So hold on, let me grab those real quick. I should have put these closer. All right, so prints. I just got a few. I got a few because going to this convention at all, kind of a spur of the moment, a little bit of a last minute decision. Prints, wanted posters for when the great virtual wars begin. Yes. So I got some prints. I got three prints. So I got first one here. I got a Frieren print. Super cool. Also, Frieren just ended. If you have not watched it, oh my goodness, it is incredible. Fantastic show. I highly recommend it to anybody who even slightly likes anime or fantasy worlds or anything like that. So there's my first print. This is just merch, someone's art. They're selling as prints. Very cool. I will be having that framed. I will be buying a frame for it, not having a custom frame made for it. Is Ren in captivity? Never heard of it? You never heard of Frieren? So it's Frieren Beyond Journey's End. incredible anime. Storytelling in this anime, S tier, incredible. It is one of the few anime that that has captivated my attention enough to actually bring me back to watch the episodes as they're airing. Usually I am far too distractible for that. So like I'll watch a few episodes, and if it's not released yet, I'll just wait until the season's ended, and then whenever I get around to it, I'll just kind of binge the rest of them. But Frieren, incredible. I watched it as the episodes were coming out. So good. It's very good. Highly recommended. Is Ren? Ren, who's Ren? Ren. Something's being referenced and I'm missing it. All right, so second print. Next print time. Free Ren. Okay. I understand now. Ren and Stimpy. Oh no, now something is definitely being referenced that I don't understand. Because Frieren, all one word. That's her name. Frieren. Freien. Spelling is hard. It's one of those two. So next print. Also Frieren. These are both by the same guy. I like his art. Also, there was a disappointing amount of Frieren merch and prints available. And these ones are super good. High quality. I like them a lot. But I would have liked to see more. So both those I'm going to get frames for, hang on my walls. And the last one is definitely the most expensive. This print, very expensive. Definitely the highest ticket item that I bought. So that there, I've got a signed print from Amelie Monarch, voice actress, singer, VTuber. Very, very popular in all three of those fields. And there was a pretty significant line to get this signed, but I did do it. It was expensive. So the print with the signature, I think it was $50. Which no hate. No hate at all for charging that much, because if I could do it, I absolutely would. But so it was, I think it was $50 for the signed print, and then beyond that, you could pay $80, get a signed print and a selfie. And paying $30 to have a picture taken with somebody. Making bank. Oh my goodness. Goals. like no hate at all. Like, get that money. I didn't pay for the selfie because I look horrible in pictures. So as cool as it would be to have, and I would like to have it, I would be paying an extra $30 to have a picture that is just for me, that I don't look good in. So I've got this print signed to the X count from Amelie Monarch. I actually, I now have three prints from her signed. So, you could say I'm a fan. It's because I am. Also, uh, a woman in full plate armor with a sword. Peak aesthetics. Incredible. Adds 3 of 8. 3 of 8? That is wild. I might have to check my ad settings after stream. See if Twitch went and changed them again. Sometimes it does that. I don't approve. I do not approve of that. At least you weren't the only one. Multiple people sitting through 8 ads. Twitch, what are you doing? I'm X-Count and I do not approve of this message. You're new to Twitch, so that was impressive. Happy to support. I appreciate the support, and I apologize for the struggle of ads. But for a monthly subscription, you cannot watch ads. For only $4.99 a month, you can subscribe to me, support me, and not have to watch ads. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you can do that for free if you connect to your Twitch account. Gotta throw that in there. Also, don't do that. Unless you just have mountains of money laying around. As much as I appreciate the support, always never feel like you need to do that. They heard you talking of the revolution. They did. That's why it was 8 ads. They had to put a block in there. Yesterday you had to sit through 18 ads. I didn't even know that was possible. 18. That's wild. Even if they're like short 10-second ads. If you get the shortest, all 18 of the ads are 10 seconds. That's still 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes straight of ads. If I wanted to watch that many ads, I would just watch sports. What? Come on. What's going on here? The only stream you'd sit through 18 ads for is this one. Cinder gets maybe 4 ads. Yeah, so I guess so after the merch run, I'm gonna leave this on the table because this is my most expensive one. This now lives here. So after merch, I took the mile hike back to my car, back to the parking lot. Maybe 3 because of the Texas song. Oh yeah. You got hit with 10 ads because you clicked out by accident, and when you joined, you got hit with 5 more ads. Oh, Twitch, why you do this? Twitch, please. I'm just trying to talk about my convention experience. Yeah, so after I got the merch, I did walk it back to my vehicle because I'm not about to carry these around, risk them getting bent, and I'll fold it up. Man, I just paid $50 for a signed piece of paper. It's a really cool signed piece of paper. I'm not trying to get it damaged though. So I walked a mile back to my car, and while I was on my way back to my car, there was a bus that passed me that said Gaylord Texan Shuttle on it or something. Lot E or something. Whichever lot I was at. And I was like, excuse me. I've walked 2 miles now because I didn't know there was a shuttle Ridiculous. It's absolutely just insane. So there was a shuttle the whole time, and I just walked an extra 2 miles for personal enrichment. So I did take the shuttle back. I did not walk again. Insert Spider-Man running after a bus gif. Basically. You don't mind it? I'm glad. I'm glad. And unfortunately, advertisements is just a reality of media in general. Because the platform wants to make money. I think making money is kind of neat, although this is just my hobby at the moment, so it's purely just extra. Sometimes the ads won't play because of connection issues, you think? At first it was 10 ads, and stream came back for a few seconds, and then Twitch hit me with 8 more ads. Yes, Twitch algorithm said, oh, this one couldn't see all the ads, he gets more ads. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch does their ads. Like, I have a little control over how often they play, but it is a little control. Like I said, this is public knowledge. You can go and look it up, but basically, they give me a slider in my creator menus. It's like, hey, you have the option to either show, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like you can show like 30 seconds of ads. I'm making up numbers because I don't remember the exact ones. Like 30 seconds of ads every 30 minutes. Or every 2 hours, you can take like a 5-minute ad break. And I'm like, but why? Why? So, thank you, Evan, for hanging out, even though there's ads. So, I took my merch out to the car, came back, took the bus back. I did catch the bus. I did have to kind of hurry to my car and to the bus stop before they left so that they didn't leave me behind. Because if they left me behind, I probably was just going to walk again. Because I don't know how often the bus goes. I should ask them for bigger control, probably easier to use. I should. I'm not sure how much Twitch is going to listen to a small creator like me, but you know, maybe asking. I'll asking them to change their API for me. I think, yeah, I'll get on that right away, right after stream. I'll send him an email. You'd rather get 5-minute ad break every 2 hours? Yeah, I don't know. It's a little up in the air. I think once you get to Twitch partner, I think you get a little more control. Obviously, I'm not Twitch partner, so I'm not entirely sure on that. But they do also give Twitch partners a larger percentage of ad revenue. So while they give Twitch partners more control over the ads, they also give them more incentive to show ads. Fingers hitting all the buttons at the same time. I do have buttons. They do let me run extra ads. So like, if I wanted to, I could just hit y'all with the 5-minute ad just with the press of a button. But it's not. No, it's not worth it. That's gross. Can you have extra ads? Yes. Oh, those ads. Yes. Show me those ads for. What do they show ads for? G Fuel, Gamer Supps, Gamer Gloves. Please don't. We're gonna drop a poll. See who wants more ads. Gillette told men they suck one time. I deodorant ads, personal hygiene ads. Probably Twitch is a good place for that. Probably a good place to show those ads. Yeah, so convention. I dropped my stuff off, went back. They had at this point I'd been at the convention for a long time, for many an hour. They had food trucks outside, so I decided I was hungry, was gonna get some food at the food truck. At one point they had more food trucks. I think when I went out there they had two left. There was some THC coffee food truck and a potato food truck. So I was actually wanted food, not coffee to make me high. And so I stood in line for the potato food truck. They had like loaded baked potatoes, loaded fries, other stuff. It sounded really good. So while I was waiting in line for that, waited in line for that for a long time. A pretty recurring theme for this convention. Don't know if that's every convention, but you know, it is what it is. So while I was waiting on that, my friend arrived. My friend, so this was my first convention. I felt a little out of place. I was basically at home, comparatively. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so I do have their permission to talk about them. All right, so if everyone will, we're gonna I'll look at Chaps the Man. I do know Chaps the Man in real life. He's the one who I dragged to the convention. So Chaps the Man was the man. Showed up to this anime convention with his absolute just loser friend. So he showed up while I was waiting in line for the food truck. I do feel kind of bad because this food truck took forever, and right when he got there, the first thing we did was wait for my food. Just forever. Like the sun was up when I started at the food truck, and the sun had set by the time I got my food. Slowest food truck I've ever eaten at. What did I get to eat? I got loaded brisket fries, which they were fantastic. They tasted so good. You know, food truck food. It's very good. So got food. One of the best lines you ever waited in. Yeah. Chaps here waited in line to watch me eat. It's probably the best event of the convention, if I do say so myself. But it was very good. In retrospect, probably could have, because when he got there, I hadn't ordered my food yet. Like I was about to order, but I didn't realize how long it was going to take to actually get the food. In retrospect, probably should have just abandoned food. Like I would have been fine. I wasn't gonna like starve and wither away without food. But in retrospect, I feel kind of bad because we didn't spend quite a bit of time out there waiting. Was it worth the wait? No, it was good. Wasn't worth the wait. But while we were waiting out there, the convention big merch room closed. The artist alley, where there were a bunch of artists selling their stuff, that closed. The Maid Cafe sold out. So it was it was a rough wait for that food truck. Um, so it was sad. Also, if I hadn't done the food truck, we probably could have gone to the Maid Cafe. I just realized, man, we missed the Maid Cafe because I got loaded brisket fries. Dang it. Next time, though. Next time. Uh, so, so there's all that. Um, the there were some more events planned. On the schedule for the night. There was some like waifu battles. There was the anime rave. There's always next time. There's luckily always next time. Barring, the end of the world. Uh let's see, next time though. So rest of the events, first of all, there were some fantastic lines planned. Um the lines of this convention, top tier. They needed more, really. I could have waited in lines to get into those lines, would have been worth it. Um, who won the waifu fight? So I don't actually know where the waifu fight was. It looks pretty interesting from the single sentence description from the schedule, but I don't know where it was. I didn't get to attend that one. Um, Me and Chaps were in a different line. Great line. We were in line for the anime rave and concert. Next time, Accent will be a part of the panel. So you're definitely getting to the Maid Cafe. And next time, I'm gonna pre-purchase the Maid Cafe tickets. Uh, Purchase them ahead of time. So, so then the next line we stood in was for the concert. The concert, the schedule was there was a DJ. Apparently, it was some DJ that they flew in from somewhere. I didn't know who they were. So, clearly, with my extensive rave and EDM music background, if I didn't know them, they probably nobody. They probably were renowned. I don't know anything about that music though. By far, second best line of the night. Yeah, it was a good line. So that was a very long line. That line was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. There were some very, shall we say, interesting, eccentric people in that line. Some people who have some room for growth in the respecting people's personal space skill set. um, and there's this one guy, man, the Chaps. I felt so bad. Like this guy, he was coming for you. Like Chaps, tell me if I'm, you know, going too far, or projecting onto you. But Chaps was having some internal battles to not throw down on this guy. Which was super entertaining to me, even though I felt bad that it was super entertaining to me. But this guy, this guy, I don't think this guy had heard the phrase personal space in his life. Like those are two words that he has never heard together. Not even like in the same paragraph. Dude definitely was into what Chaps was putting out. Absolutely, absolutely. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, Chaps, stud of a man. Uh, but but what was he doing? So this guy, he was loud. Uh, he talked a lot, and he got right up in your face when he talked. He did some dancing, some very close quarters dancing, shall we say. I will let your minds fill in whatever you would like to there. It's probably not incorrect. A gun? Someone call the cops. Not now. Don't call the cops now. Not with the impending VTuber invasion. Pretty good dancing from a technical standpoint. Yeah. He probably could really just throw down with people, especially people who were also into it who would dance back. Like that would be, they could win competitions. Um, but yeah, so that line very entertaining. There was the convention, the venue. They sorted. There was a VIP ticket that you could get for. There was some stuff earlier in the day that you could do. Like there was a lounge that VIPs could go into. It was really just like some drywall on 2x4s and a big rectangle with like some chess and some video games in it. I never saw more than like 5 or 6 people in there. Anime conventions or something else. They are. It was so good. So yeah, so there were people. They split the line in two. Everyone with the VIP pass got into the anime rave first. Now to check the VIP, all they did was check ID. You did have to get ID'd. You had to be 21 or older to get into this, because they were serving alcohol. So you had to be 21 or older. So what they were doing to check the VIPs is they had all the VIPs pull up their VIP QR code and have their ID out. And I'm pretty sure I didn't test it because we were pretty close to the front of the non-VIP line. And by pretty close to the front, I mean there was one guy. There was the first person in the line. And we were right behind that. But I'm pretty sure that I could have charisma checked my way into the VIP entrance. So I could have gotten into the anime rave like 30 seconds earlier. But so to check the VIPs, they had them pull up their QR code on their phone and show ID. The thing is, the non-VIP people also had a QR code, just because that's what got sent to everybody for whatever kind of ticket you had. And they weren't scanning the QR code. They were just looking at the QR code. And unless they had some kind of just like Elon Musk, like enhanced eyeball man up there who was scanning them with his eyes, they were just looking at a QR code and an ID. So I think that if I had just pulled up my regular non-VIP QR code and just been confident, they would have let me in as a VIP. I think I could have charisma checked my way into that door. But yeah, the regular people, the non-VIPs, got into the anime rave like 2 minutes later than the VIP people. So, I mean, if I had failed the charisma check and gotten sent to the back of the regular people line, would have been a big hit. So I didn't end up doing it. Brisket and noodles or ham sandwich? If brisket is an option, always go that. Brisket is fantastic. Never skip brisket. They were VTuber automations. They can scan any QR code just with a glance. Yeah, so there was that. Once we actually got into the anime rave, there was the rave master up front, the DJ. He was throwing down, and they had some JoJo going on the screens with the anime music. I guess it was really just JoJo flashing on the screen with, I don't know, Dead Mouse or whatever the guy wanted to play. You can't wait. You want to run down the road at 2 a.m. screaming? Why? Why? Do you want to have an impromptu mental health check by police officers? Is that what you want to happen? Why are we running down the road at 2 in the morning? Hold on. Don't do that. Yeah, so bros on crystal meth vibes. Yeah, I got some good old PCP. Yeah, so once we were actually in the concert, the DJ, that was cool. It's cool music. I don't really like get into that kind of stuff. Like I enjoy the music. I say this as if I'm a regular, this kind of thing. I have never been to a rave style concert before. But regular concerts, I hang out, just kind of not in the middle, where people still have personal space. That's my area, and I people watch and I vibe with the music. But the rave music, it was decent. It was good. They had alcohol. There were many different levels of drinking happening. It's April. Oh, April Fool's Day. Welcome to April Fool's Day. You can now no longer believe a single thing that's told you all day. You know where to strike first during the first stage of VTuber Wars? The conventions. You gotta strike the heart. So, the rave, uneventful. After the rave, though, is when the actual VTuber concert started. So they had a bunch of VTubers do some of their songs. Who did they have? They had... Oh, who opened? Who was the opening VTuber? I don't remember. I don't remember who started. I think Numi was second. I don't remember who was after that. And then it was Cinder and Bao. I'm sorry to the people I don't remember. It's not because you did bad, it's just because I'm stupid. So, those were all very good. They were mostly very good. You're gonna be dead to the earth on the 5th, 7th, and 10th. April 5th, 7th, and 10th. I don't know the significance of those days. So the musical numbers. So Numi, she didn't do any of her just horribly, heinously, just fatherless behavior, lewd songs. Um, she didn't do CPR or anything like that. Everyone kind of stuck to their more wholesome songs. But everyone was pretty decent. Cinder, when Cinder came out, Cinder did two songs. Cinder and Bow are probably the ones I'm going to talk about most because they were the most memorable. Not bashing on the other people, they were also good, but to me, it also might just be because they were the last two, most fresh in my mind. What are you guys doing? What are you chat? What are you doing? The chat revolution, rebellion. It's only a revolution if you win. Um, Destructi, be your tip of the spear. Send men watched chaos. Yeah, Destructi. Destructi is a expensive asset. It's only a war crime if you lose. That's true. That's true. Or if you're Canada. Canada kind of wrote the book on war crimes. Geneva Convention. Because Canada was on the winning side, but they still helped write that pretty heavily. Make the thermite. Whoa now. Thermite. This is thermite is for purely lawful purposes, um, such as what do you use thermite for? Lawful demolition and construction. Count would be the only one able to trade you for your work. Oh my. The ATF certified cookbook. I don't want the ATF certified cookbook. It all requires dogs. That's like their signature ingredient. Your door is locked and you lost the key. Nothing a good old battering ram or a shape charge can't get through. Yeah, so the Cinder portion of the concert, the first Cinder song, incredible. The first Cinder song, the production, incredible. The music, first of all, it's a style. It was like metal. I'm down with that. That is what I listen to a lot, anyways. Production quality, the everything, fantastic. Cinder's second song, though, oh, first of all, they should have been backwards. The second song, it was a struggle. Now, I'm not throwing any shade. I am not trying to like tear someone down, but the second Cinder song, it was a struggle. Like a lot of people were enjoying it. Maybe it was just me and Chaps, who thought this song was a struggle, because there were a lot of people really enjoying this song. But the second Cinder song, I couldn't do it. I could not get down with it. It was like the production quality, it was still there, kind of, but I don't know. I couldn't do it. Like it was a song that it felt like it was rewritten, like half an hour before the performance to talk about Texas and WeebCon. And so like the lyrics didn't quite fit with the music. And I don't know. I didn't vibe with it. The first song, incredible. It was probably one of the best single songs of all of them. The second one was not. It was a struggle. You're throwing shade at everyone who enjoyed it. I'm not going to throw shade at somebody who enjoys something I don't. I might question it a little bit, but I'm not going to throw shade at them. But it was a struggle. You think Destructi wrote the Texas song? Wow. Man, you said you were throwing shade at the people enjoying the song. Man, you might need to apologize to Destructi. Yeah, so that song, not my favorite. But I still like Cinder. She's still cool. That song, it didn't hit. It didn't hit. It is what it is. And after Cinder, I believe was Bow. Bow the Whale. Bow's performances, very good. There was, I think it was the first song, kind of struggled with some sound equalization. I don't know if that was performer or technology issues. But I don't know. I just don't know much about that side of things. I know just enough about that kind of thing to get me in trouble. Have I ever watched that Ghost Dog movie yet? Or Zulu? I have not yet. I've been a little busy. Destructi. Your price went up. The Bowberry is real. The Bowberry is a thing that exists that haunts my nightmares. So the Whale Girl Bow concert, very good. I don't remember all the songs she did. She did the Lemonade one that I can't remember what it's called. Citrus Love. That's a song I actually have in some playlists. I actually listened to that song. Pretty good song. Probably the best part of the concert and just in general was me and Chaps being creepy. It will now cost a SVT40 matching SR25 with Voodoo Scope and an M249S. Man, you're right. That is some expensive services. Those services better come with some aftercare and cleanup for that price. So the best part of you just looked up Bowberry? Why would you look that up? Why would you look that up? I just said it was horrible and it haunted my nightmares, and you looked it up. That is on you. You can't blame me for that one. You can blame no one but yourself. That is your own fault. M249 is added for the song. You have no clue what it is. Oh, okay. That's reasonable. I guess. You now carve your eyes out. Yes. Welcome to the dark side of Bow. Partly because the shadow is so large. And so the best part of the concert was near the end. I think it was during the last song, maybe the second to last song. There's this super chill song going on. I don't know. I don't remember which song it was. I wish I did. Is I was like this like anime like this romance anime like ending credits like kind of sounding song. It was very good. It might have been 52 Hearts. I'm not sure. Um, but during this song, there was this couple like just sitting on the ground a ways away, and watching this couple. Oh my goodness! Like in romance animes or shows, movies, whatever you want. When there's that like moment when they're like about to kiss and you don't know if it's going to happen or not, and you as the viewer are like just do it, and you're cheering for the guy, like go for the kiss. Like if you go for the kiss, like as an outward watcher, like it'll be reciprocated. And me and Chaps, it was a little creepy, but we were watching, we were cheering this guy on, hopefully out of earshot, but like actually cheering this guy on to go for the kiss, and he did it, and he went for the kiss, and it was during this wonderful like romance anime sounding song, and it was so good. And they went for the kiss and they kissed, and it was the perfect season ending. And then they like cuddled and they kissed some more, and they were super into it. And it was probably super creepy to watch, but that's okay. It was fantastic. The kiss made you believe in love again. It was so beautiful. Like it really was that like magic moment that you like only get like in like the really good like romance like movies, shows, animes. But in real life, like it was so good. So happy for the guy. It was beautiful. It was. You'd be forever alone? Nah, nah. It's because you didn't witness this. If you saw this, you would believe. You would believe again. Like love is possible. Like if these guys at an anime convention, like if they can find the woman for them, like man, I have hope again. I believe, and you should too. So that, and after that, I guess that really just it put a seal on the day, on the night. Just it was beautiful. But the convention did eventually end. Um, Everyone piled out of there. Went their separate ways. Chaps, you pay a price? Or do you sell your plan to the government for slightly less? He's a traitor. You remember those contingency plans that were mentioned earlier? Now's the time. Now is the time. What show is this song from? Oh, the last one? Hold on. That is it wrong? Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? I think it was opening one, the last song. Very good show. A little weird at points, but pretty good. Once the VTubers are vanquished, find a nice, wholesome, inflated aquatic lady. No, no. Chaps is gonna find Gecko his very own Bowberry. Just your very own. Oh, oh no. Wrong song you thought of. Yeah, there's a lot of very similar songs in anime openings. Gecko, Gecko is bailing. Gecko is bailing on this plan. Yeah, so I guess so. After the convention, me and Chaps went and ate at Whataburger. Great ending to a convention, by the way. Just kind of hang out, chilled. I do wish my my biggest regret of the convention, hindsight 2020. I wish I had more than one day. I wish I had gone to multiple days of the convention. No, my first convention, I didn't do multiple days just purely because I was going in basically blind. Like I didn't know that it was going to be as cool as it was. I didn't know there was going to be that much stuff going on. There were a lot of meet and greets happening yesterday and today. I wish I could have done. I wish I could have. I wish I could have met Chibidoki, Grimmy, the others. I would have met other people too. Um, but those two I actually do watch quite a bit. Also, apparently I missed it, but apparently somewhere Grimmy was selling her hot sauce. I saw on Twitter. Man, I could have gotten a VTuber hot sauce if I had gone more than one day, but I missed it. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, well, I guess it's written now. It's written in the eternal chat logs of the internet that as soon as the VTuber uprising is put down, Chaps is setting Gecko up with his very own Bowberry. It's it's written in the annals of Twitch chat to go down in history forever and ever. So next year, when WeebCon rolls around, I am going to do my best to first do more than one day, hopefully 2, maybe 3 days, because it is a 3-day event. I also made cafe. Didn't get to do that this time. I need to do the maid cafe. um, so summary, it was fantastic. And next time, I'm gonna go harder. But yeah, so there's my convention experience. This is the conclusion slide of the PowerPoint that I didn't make about my first convention experience. If you haven't gone to a convention, do it. Don't go by yourself. Probably, unless you're just wildly extroverted and love talking to strange people. I do suggest taking a friend. Although I did have fun by myself. So it's a mild suggestion. Mild to strong suggestion, depending on your demeanor. Maid cafe is the only reason you have to live anymore. Yeah, Chaps is gonna pick up all the maids. Like he's not gonna have any way to get home. He's gonna have to charter a bus to take all the maids. To make you pull up the Curse 22 in the closet next to you. Curse 22. feel like 22 starts out cursed. Rimfire. It's like one of the oldest cartridges in production. Yeah, so if I just absolutely blow up between now and WeebCon next year, I am planning on going next year. So meet and greet WeebCon 2025. Our twin item. We have a twin curse 22. Oh. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, the 22 that I use when I'm really feeling like I need something long and hard. Yeah, that one is a pretty cursed 22. But yeah, nothing is better than 16 inches when you really get that feeling. Because yeah, a 16-inch revolver, it's really cool. It's just a vibe. Destructi couldn't pull out of an empty parking lot. Oof. Oof. Man. Just roasting Destructi left and right tonight. Oh my goodness. Do you need some burn cream? Nothing is better than 16 inches. You clipped that. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna play with no context in some random shout out in some other stream. That's gonna play with no context. Oh no, that's gonna be someone's first impression of me. All you want is a carbine in 50 AE and a revolver rifle. There's revolver rifles; those exist. You get the Rossi Circuit Judge 45 Colt revolving rifle. There's a couple Turkish revolving shotguns. Kind of a pain to get, but I definitely have seen 50 AE carbines. They're pretty rare, but I have seen them. Yeah, so I guess anime conventions, I will be going to more. I had a way more fun than I was expecting to, especially since I kind of planned to go last second. Um, I think there's another one coming up. This one, I don't remember what city it was in. I was at the Gaylord Texan. It was like north of Fort Worth or something. I think there's one that's like in Fort Worth. A bit of a drive for me. But later this summer. I think I've got another friend who wants to go to that one. So that's gonna be fun. Might drag some people along to that. But first anime convention, top tier. Great experience. Lots of weird people. And I'm all about that. Got it with a 50 of Aguila Super Extra cause drugs. What? Don't mix drugs and firearms. That's how the government can take your guns. You think the closest anime convention near you is in Texas? I mean, apparently there were people literally traveling across oceans um to go to this convention. So, I mean, just going to a convention in the same country apparently is close. Like there was, man, people traveled so far. There were people who traveled. Who else did I meet? There was someone who traveled from Pennsylvania. There was some people who traveled from Canada. Obviously, some of the creators traveled a long ways. A lot of them from California. My condolences. But yeah, people travel a long ways for conventions, apparently. Like, I knew conventions were like a big deal, popular thing, but oh my goodness, I had no idea. Like, I thought conventions were like often enough and in enough places that people didn't need to travel that far. But also, apparently, I'd be wrong. So, you got the Curse 22 and a brick of Mexican ammo. Aguila? Aguila's. I almost said it's good ammo. It's passable ammo. It works. It works good enough. I've got some Aguila. All right. Man, it's almost been 2.5 hours. I've been talking about this convention for almost 2.5 hours. Incredible. I'm I'm such a good streamer. And dirty ammo. Aguila is dirty ammo. Absolutely. I like clean ammo. I can't always afford clean ammo, but clean ammo, nice, shiny, not throwing smoke clouds, pretty good. Aguila and Blaser. Blazer? Blazer. Blaser is the high-end German sporting rifles. Blazer. Aguila and Blazer are some of the dirtiest ammos. Smoke clouds disorient the enemy. I do have. Hold on. If you want to disorient the enemy, hold on. Is it within? Is it within easy reach? I need to clean up my ammo drawer. I don't know where it is. I have to go find it now. I do have somewhere. I can't find it at the moment. I do have somewhere. I've got some flashbang shotgun shells. Speaking of disorienting. Keep Blazer's name out of my mouth. I used Blazer as one of my main ammos for a long time. I, you know, it's cheap, it's reliable, but it's not shiny. Oh, we got the bow song. You got a lot of Blazer ammo for handguns. I mean, as long as you clean your guns, it's fine. Nothing stops the neighborhood automatons from beeping like some good Blazer. You got Winchester 9 flats. Winchester's some Winchester's pretty dirty. Winchester white box is pretty dirty. But at least it's dirty burning. It's shiny though. Oh, I love that part of the song so much. I don't know what it is. The like chimes. Oh, that is peak musical achievement right there. This song is a bop plus. This song is so good. since the convention, was that 2 days ago? I've been listening to just almost exclusively Bao. Like I've got a couple of her songs in some of my playlists, but like since the convention, just Bao, just only. Your Winchester USA Red Box, that stuff's okay. Oh, song is so good. I gotta send you the song so you can listen to it in the gym. Uh, what you want on YouTube or Spotify? I can share in the Discord right now. How do I share Spotify? Copy link. Yeah, we got a music share channel in Discord. It is on Spotify there. Yeah, that song is so good. I've probably listened to that song like 20 times in the last 2 days. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 2 in the morning. Well, like 1:30. See, I might. We don't really have time to like get into some gaming, so we might call it there. A little bit of a shorter stream. USA ready. Yeah, so Winchester Redbox. I can explain it. Winchester Redbox is it's one of the Winchester ammos. It says USA really big on the side. It's basically Winchester's mid-tier ammo. Like better than White Box, not as good as their performance ammo. You wouldn't touch a Winchester White Box with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, it burns pretty dirty. I don't. Is it corrosive? It might be. It's definitely an ammo you have to clean your gun after every time you shoot, though. There's always time for some democratic missionary expeditions. There is always time. Unfortunately, just not always time for me because I do have to get up slightly early tomorrow. See, we can, however, raid someone who is doing democratic expeditions. There's also a lot of QC issues with Winchester White Box. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I haven't used it a lot. Just because I know it's not great. But I mean the solution to having unreliable ammo is just get a super reliable gun. So, something rugged, something sturdy, maybe something with a restrike capability. If you've got any tough primers, something like this right here. No. So I do think we're gonna call it there. I do have to get up kind of early in the morning. Not like ridiculously early in the morning, but I do want to get good sleep. So we're probably going to call it there. 2.5 hour stream. It's not bad. A lot of chatting. So we're gonna raid out. Who do we raid? See, we could raid Megalodon. They were at WeebCon. I didn't get to meet them because they were on their meet and greet was on Saturday. Or we can raid Leaflet, who is currently playing Helldivers too. Leaflet? All right, let's do Leaflet. All right, so we're gonna raid Leaflet. Leaflet, super cool, pretty based. She's currently playing Helldivers 2, spreading democracy across the galaxy. She's cool, likes guns, likes anime, obviously likes VTubers because she is one. So, you know, if you haven't already, she's pretty cool. Drop her a follow, you know. So, we're going to raid out. Today is Sunday, so I will be back on Wednesday with another stream. I should make a schedule. That's something I used to do, make a weekly schedule. If I don't do that, then we're just going to make it up as we go. Thanks for your stream. You're welcome. Thanks everyone for stopping by, listening to me ramble about my first anime convention for 2.5 hours. Yeah, it was great. Stream was great. And I will see y'all next time, I think. I'm going to bed, so good night.